Less than a minute gone and they are inches away. Doughty will stumble, then he will hand it on. Looks how close they are and they have gone over. Within a minute, we said Onkaparinga would come out quickly. They have, and that is the first try of the game. Watson will show in strength, make half a yard afterwards. Now there's a pickup, and Tanaki will go over. Tanaki will score. Burnside in red time. And again to Adcock. Adcock will find Finney. Finney will put the foot down. Finney, I think he's got over.
Gibson's made the gap. Here we go. Yeah, good movement. Great move, just good running line. Paddy. Oh, here we go. Big gap.
Big gap. Oh,
Well done.
well done. He tried to twist it.
He will turn around. Now he's going to put the toe down. He's going to take that shield. He'll go over the left-hand corner. Brighton really starting to push away now. So, welcome to the big show of the afternoon. Tyrone has left me, so I'm on my own at the moment. I'm sure he'll turn up at some point, but we are getting ready to go as we look out over the Adelaide Hills. And just to give you an idea of what's happening, it was raining 5 seconds ago, and I think we're going to have a day like this today where it's sunshine followed by showers and it's windy. And don't underestimate how difficult it's going to be for all of the players today. One thing we do have today is we have a grandstand which is covered, so there'll be a few people in here and a fair bit of noise produced, I would think, as well, by the South's faithful. Like I said, the season basically done for Souths. They just playing for pride today, but for Brighton, everything is on the line today. Their finals future is on the line today. For Brighton, they must win and also have one eye down South Road. At the other end of South Road, Onkaparinga are taking on Burnside, and Brighton will be hoping that Burnside can do them a favour and knock off Onkaparinga down there. Also try and get you some updates of scores from down there during the day. Also try and keep an eye on that massive game down in Division 1 between Elizabeth and Port Adelaide. That one is a must-win for both of them as well. Port would have a very, very slim chance of finishing top, even if they lose today, but you would say based on the form of the year, it is a very, very slim chance for them. Now, we are a slightly delayed kickoff, and I'm getting news through from Onkaparinga that Burnside have taken an early 5-point lead. So that'll be interesting for the boys in black and yellow, black and gold, and I know that it's almost split halfway down the middle as to which colour it is, whether it's gold or yellow. I think Tyrone is down there just seeing his boys out and making sure that they're ready to go. As far as lineups go, let's have a look at them. Any surprises in the lineups? Brighton. Jacob France, Reece Fishwick and Jack Cook in the front row. That's pretty solid. We've seen them. This is the third week running that we've seen them, and those three have been there. The same with Ryan Murphy and Greg Black. They've been in there. Back row is the one that's been a little bit different week to week. Number 8 is Fanaho Pieta. He's staying there. Jack Groves, who apparently has been working on his diving over the last couple of weeks, he's still in there. Now the interesting one, number 6, today is Nathan Sutala. We're used to seeing him either in the centre or at fullback. There is Fanaho. He's a couple of weeks we've seen him at number 8. He looks like he's comfortable and relaxed. Travis Collier will be in at 9 again, with Joel Plummer at 10. 12 and 13 of Abele and Seta Fano. On the wings we have Tremaine Butler and Joe. And back at fullback is Peter Bullowa. As far as the south side go, Arno Ziervogel, Damian Plagakis and Graham Newton will be their front row. Steven Stanojevic and Brody Porter in the second row. Thomas Clough, Will Jacob and Usili Kamikamitha will be in the back row. Joe Wiggett and Isoa will be the 9 and 10. In the centres, Jack Johns and Save. And then the wingers will be Tristan Coates and Bully Ruarua, and fullback Dane Keeper, one of the rugby league imports, as we are getting ready to go. It's turned into a rather lovely afternoon, if not a little bit chilly. And we are underway at Bailey Reserve. Groves will be under it, and the ball will bobble around and finally find its way into the hands of Jack Cook. Collier will look to settle, and they will finally go into midfield. Then they will go left again with Plummer to Abele. He'll send it out to Butler. A lot of the pitch in front of him, so he decides to come back in. Met by Bully Ruarua, so that will be that battle. Tristan Coates will have to deal with the sometimes electric and mostly elusive Joe, one of the Fijians who came over a couple of weeks ago. So we've seen them grow over the last 3 weeks. We've been lucky enough to see them week in, week out. So Plummer will look to kick to touch, and he will make it not a million yards down the field, but it is out. One of the things we probably have to talk about is just underfoot conditions today. It is has rained a lot over the last week, and it's rained a fair bit today as well. So finding a standing foot for the kickers will be difficult. Finding any level of grip for the forwards will be difficult as well. Collier marshalling things from the back. Ball will come out to Plummer, inside ball to Abele. First time we've seen him with ball in hand, and it's just a little bit messy. Satala will clean things up in his new role as a back rower. Then out to Plummer, then out to Setafano. Setafano will send it one more to Pitter. Pitter will give the don't argue, then send it to Joe. Just can't get control of it. South will be able to come away with it from Will. Wiggett will send it into midfield. Stanojevic carrying towards halfway. First time we've seen Brighton with ball in hand. Keeper will put it on the boot. Kick it down the throat of the dangerous Bullowa. Out to Abele. Abele will make Keeper miss. Now he will start to get ahead of steam up. Now Abele will go. Kurtzer just did enough. Ball will come out the back. Inside ball to Cook. He'll beat a couple. Then Kami Kamitha will come across. Brighton looking dangerous. Fanaho at the back will send it into midfield. Bouncing ball ends up in the hands of Cook. Fanaho playing half back again. Here as he's gone. Save will pick up. Save has nobody in front of him. Save will go. Save will break the deadlock under the posts. That is how you start. There's a fairly big hit. Just trying to work out who it was on. It might even have been against Abele. But just the pass from Plummer, hit as he passed, goes to ground. Save picked up one-handed and off he went. On his haunches away to my right is Abele. Good work from Osoa to hit as he passed, and then Save picks it up. Not an easy thing to do. And as I look away to my right, if it had just a gigantic hit from Kami Kamitha, and Abele is very, very slow to come off. And it does not look good for the big Fijian. Zia Vogel will attempt to add on the conversion. Has been impressive in the times that we saw him. The last time we saw him, he was 100%, and he will start out 100%. Just wanted a bit more time than he thought he had. Got hit as he passed, and Save won't have many more easier than that. Keep an eye on Abele. I'm not sure whether he's been replaced just yet. Certainly a huge impact player, Abele. So Plummer with the restart. Goes deep. Kami Kamitha called, and then Coates did his job. Runs straight into Cook. Cook may have stolen it. Cook has stolen it. Brighton will turn it over. Satala has Joe on his outside. We'll put it on the boot. It will go straight out. That's why forwards don't kick, Nathan. So line out South's ball just outside their 22. Kami Kamitha will throw it in. Stolen by Brighton again. Kami Kamitha looks like he's come to play and will pick it up and clean it up. Certainly he's decided that he wants to be king of the Fijians in the South Australian League. Started to put a marker down straight away. Fishwick will go quick. Then they will go to Plummer into midfield. They have replaced him. Setafano will come back in. Steps up the first tackle. Just about held on to his bootlaces, Will. Then it will come out to Cook. Cook will take on Newton. Newton will drag him to ground. Ball will come back. Collier will send it to Satala. Satala delayed. Still has ball in hand. Shakes off another one. Will make another couple of yards. Groves will break away from the first one. Dealt with by Coates. Support will come. Then it will go out to Black. Black will roll out of the first tackle. Can he get it down? Flag goes up. Down in that corner, bundled into touch by a combination of Wiggett and Kami Kamitha, who again is getting his name called. Dangerous line out for the men from Clarence Gardens. No contest from Brighton. Rolling Moore will get going. Zeervogel at the back. Wiggett looking to direct traffic. And he will go back into the pocket to Isoa, who will put it on the boot. It's going to drop right into the waiting arms of Joe. Joe will send it into midfield to Pitter. Pitter will have a look, survey what's in front of him, decides he wants to come back, steps out of the first two tackles, then will just put his head down. Upright. Into Brodie Porter, but they will go again. Again, defensively, Souths are looking up quickly. There's a question. Knock on into touch option. I think there was a.
No, he was going for tackle.
He was. I think he was having a good go at it. He certainly wasn't having a go at the tackle.
Scrum it down here. 5 metre here. It's looking not too bad.
Well, they've decided on the scrum. We'll see what footing they can get. I'm not pretty sure all of them will have the long studs in. This is where it's all about body shape and making sure. Yep. A little bit of blood on the nose of Damian Plagakis. He's going to see whether he can get that changed up. Cleaned up at least. That Romano Manu not playing today. A little bit of an issue with his AC joint. So an early change for South as they try to just get the blood out. So first scrummage of the day, just to show how.
Scrum it down, knock on.
So Kami Kamitha has come into the front row. First scrum of the day. Brighton looks solid. Collier stumbles a little bit at the back, but will give it out to Plummer. Plummer back on the inside to Setafano. Another one goes to ground. This time it's helped out. Questions of how high that tackle was. Wiggett sends it to Stanojevic. Stanojevic juggled it, but managed to keep it in. Gets another couple yards. Kami Kamitha will roll around the corner. Wiggett will send it into midfield to Isoa. He'll send it one more. Hit as he received, and Abele has come back into the fray. Souths have managed to keep hold of it though. Isoa again, will put it on the boot. Finds the gap behind Pitter, makes him turn around. Again, he has time and he looks to survey. And he will pop it over the shoulder to Butler, just a little bit too far in front of him. Will be a Souths ball. Can they turn it over? Have they got it? They will get the scrum and will go back for the scrum. And I will finally welcome Hopalong to Paya.
Sorry there, Dave had a little bit of an injury there, just had to fix it up with the old ACL, you know. The superstar, but no, hey, I'm back in action. Mate, that was a good little play there actually, yeah, from Brighton and South. A little bit of pressure there, lovely kick. Put a bit of pressure on that fullback there and good line speed, well done, eh?
Well, welcome to the show.
You're giving me a hard time already, aren't you?
Already, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's not going to be a bad tactic today, kick into space and making people turn around. It's going to be difficult.
Well, it is. I mean, and look, the key thing is got to be holding the ball in contact in this muddy weather, eh? You know, I mean, we already saw with South Sea, nice big tackle from Brighton, dropped the ball. You know, South able to recover, same again. But here we go, here, Wiggett. Old Dane Kepper coming around the edge there. Oh, nice
Another
little play.
Look at that. Now it's going to bounce to Save. We'll get there. For his second one of the day. Save will score again. We literally just said, turning people around.
Mate,
that's what they need to do.
I'm telling you, we should be coaching. No, well done. Great little play there.
Well, we talked about the fact that Burnside needed to do Brighton a favour, and I think they are. The last I saw, they were 5-0 up. And no, that is for naught if Souths come and spoil Brighton's party today.
Mate, great little play there. Good little chip kick from Kepper there. Yeah, nice view, nice vision. Ball holds up and then Save, nice easy pounce.
Unofficial score from Wilfred Taylor Reserve, Burnside 13, Onkaparinga 3.
Wow.
As if it was to end now, it would be exactly the same as it is today, and that would be it. That would be top 4 sorted.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, now we've got our lovely Arno up for the kick there. Obviously, as he always does, he always wears socks that are way too big for his legs. You know, right up to his knees, almost like stockings.
And now he's got the long bike pants on as well.
He does. Obviously, you notice we got the blue socks. You know, obviously, again, a special day for us to be able to fundraise for Beyond Blulu. So obviously, you know, we couldn't change the jerseys quickly, but we got some lovely blue socks.
Now, I did talk to Arno before about his standing foot. It's going to be tough today. Got to clean off that left foot of his.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets a little bit of standing.
Oh. He does. Oh, it changes tee.
30 seconds left, mate.
He didn't. And the other thing is as well, I don't think he asked. So Brighton had every right to charge that.
What, for a ball falling off the tee?
Yeah, as soon as you start moving towards that ball, you're off.
Yeah, but is it before or after the ball drops off the tee?
Yeah, you've got to ask the referee to go and get it.
Interesting. I'd like to get a clarification on that one, eh? So if the ball falls off the tee and then you move forward to boot, does it then therefore mean a restart, or does it allow the opposition to be able to kick?
Opposition can come and get it, but he is 100% again.
Well done, Arno.
See you, Bogle. Interesting one, though. So we have another look at the try. Keeper just carried, and look, it's just the defensive line can't turn.
No, you can't. Not on this ground. It's just way too slushy.
And I'm not entirely sure where Pitter was at that point. I think he was absent without leave at that point. No fullback there. Great restart from Plummer. And it's won by Black. Brighton will come back with it. Brighton now have an uphill battle. Groves will look to try and get through the middle. Kami Kamitha comes across, makes a nuisance of himself. Side entry, penalty.
In on the sides, the first infringement. In on the sides.
We've seen some interesting clear-outs in the last couple of weeks with Brighton. That was another one.
Yep, no, we have, absolutely. We've got a nice line speed from South here, actually. He's showing a little bit of energy at the moment, which is fantastic. Really good for the game.
It's clearly something that they've come out to try and do, is to put Plummer under a little bit of pressure and not allow the Fijian centres, as it looks like there has been a change. And Abele has come back on after his early knock, and Pitter has gone into 13, it would look like, and Setafano has moved back to full-back. Joe will continue on his wing, the lineup will go. Stanojevic, he's an absolute nuisance at those balls.
Fantastic, well done.
We saw him when they played at Woodville. I think somebody said on one of the Facebook videos that Stanojevic ripped the soul out of Woodville.
Thank you, sir.
And he does that. Strong upper body, that young man.
He is.
Needs
He's,
a haircut.
oh, mate, he does. But hey, makes it easy to spot him, though.
So that looks like Plegarkis is back. He's come back from his blood bin. Big drive from Brighton. And they will win it. And they will go. Fanaho takes on Kami Kamitha, has 2 bites at it, gets the second one. Still at the back, Fishwick looks for a pick and drive. Referee David Gunning is round the back looking to see whether there's any level of grounding, just tried to burrow his way through. Not going to get through Graham Newton. Then they will go out to the right hand side to Joe. Thumbs up, try time.
Nice little patient play there, eh? The guys didn't actually spoil the ball at all.
Incredible change of direction from that young man again.
Yes, absolutely.
Say young, he looks young.
No, he doesn't. He looks old.
But he looks like an old young man. Like Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. Dave, you're going to get censored in a minute.
That's a good finish.
Yeah, very good finish. Nice step. Nice agility and balance.
You'll see it from here, just how much space he works in. I mean, he's got to force Coates out, and then Coates loses his footing, and it's a good finish.
Yeah, very good finish.
You know, Coates should not be in one of those pillar positions, though.
No, but I can kind of see what he was kind of doing, you know what I mean? It's like thinking, well, you know, the ball is where generally going to think, you know, you'd be thinking a forward pick and drive, you know what I mean? Or a pick off the back there in that regards there. So I can kind of understand where he's going, but...
Oh, I'm not blaming him.
Oh, who you blaming?
Someone should be pushing him out. One of the big boys should be pushing him out of there.
Yeah.
Plummer sets it on its way.
Great kick.
That's about as good as it gets off the boot.
Done.
Plummer, after me saying it's a difficult day, you cannot underestimate how good that kick is. Yeah, there's a couple ball watching there.
Yeah,
they should be pushing out.
Yeah, they were. It was almost like there's 3 posts in one, wasn't there?
Yeah. When Vic sees that, he'll be having a chat with his big fellas, saying, "Going to get our eyes up." A lot of ball watching. So Save will drive it deep. Difficult one for Fanaho, but he gets it. You can just see how difficult it is to get going today.
Step 7, left.
And they will go into midfield, into France. Another one lost, but Satala will pick it up, get away from the first one. And the second one. Elusive as always, Satala. Then he will drop it back inside to Abele. Abele meets Kami Kamitha again. That time Abele gets the better of it. Then he will roll it round the corner to Plummer. Plummer will look outside to Butler. And Butler will go over in the corner.
Great little play from Brighton. Well done, eh? Just simple control of the ball, passing the ball off, nice offloads, good decision makings, results in a fantastic try.
You hide your frustration very well, Tyrone.
Oh, you know me, I'm a lovable chap.
Plummer did well, looking inside and just held up the defence.
Yeah, let's see. Like one of these days, one of the key things is obviously, strategy is key, but defence is really important. You know, when you've got to make a tackle, you've got to make it stick. In this weather, if you don't make it stick, you know, you're opening yourself up for losing advantage, momentum, and ultimately points.
Wasley Jr. running the tee. He was old head on young shoulders of that young man. I asked him who he thought was going to finish second, and he didn't just go with the old one-eyed Brighton. He had a good think about it, said he wasn't sure.
Good man. Obviously his old man and the ladies raising him right.
Smart. Smart rugby family, the Wasleys.
There you go, Wasley. Season we're pumping you guys right now. You better start paying up these royalties later.
So Plummer with his second kick of the day sends it on its way. Just didn't make it. Good direction, just the power. And I think that's going to be a thing today, is the power in the kick's going to be difficult just because of that standing foot.
So just watching that replay there, 4 players bounced off their Brighton centre there. Unfortunate, and then obviously be able to finish that one off here. Be really key right now to be able to see Souths be able to come off the line here nice and quick.
It started early with 2 missed tackles on Satala.
It did, yep. And again, so what's that, 6 missed tackles leading up to a try.
Yep. Again, numbers that your coach don't want to hear. Just knocked that one on. Jacob Will surname as well?
Yeah, no, Jacob Will, yeah, absolutely. He's been a South's man for quite some time. His dad's been is a life member.
Sniffer's son.
Absolutely, yeah, Sniffer.
I'm here, black ball.
Now,
That's just because I didn't know what Sniffer's real name was, and I was like, is his
Now-
name Will? It's Tony Will, isn't it?
Tony Wills,
So
yeah, absolutely.
Sniffer's young lad.
Yeah, Sniffer, like named after Sniff the lollies, like Sniff the lollies, you know. It's not,
No idea what they are.
Nothing to do with rugby, absolutely nothing.
So second scrum of the day. Brighton is starting to show a little bit of ascendancy. Pushed Souths off their own ball on the last one. Can Souths repay the favour? Thought words with Kami Kamitha about his boot choice as Groves will go. Again, just runs through the first tackle and gets good yards after contact. Then it will go out to Fishwick. Advantage for offside. Fishwick will roll across the gain line. Another Brighton player is down. Holding look like his calf.
Yeah, it was a calf or knee, actually, it looks like.
Big loud whistle.
Offside, number
Penalty
2.
for offside. Just trying to see who it is. I think it might even be Groves, which is not great for Brighton. Yeah, it is Groves.
He hit some nice speed breaking off that scrum there.
Concerned about your players' proximity to where you're going.
Dangerous, certainly dangerous, and again, he's another one who's come up really, really
Next time.
crook. But he came up about as crook as Abelli did, but all Abelli had to do was go and have a sit down for 2 minutes, and he was fine.
You right to continue?
Have a swig of Carver or some H2O. It'd be good.
I think you have to drag Groves off, I think, but
Number 2.
he's very, very, very proppy. See how he goes. Plummer will knock them down the line.
Now, where's this young Plummer guy come from?
I think he's new this year because they
Yeah.
had Clayton Collier last year at the 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I actually haven't seen him around in the last few seasons, so...
He's an English lad. Into the number 4 with Black and sacked very, very early.
Well done.
Prevented it, and then Stanojevic again is just an absolute nightmare. He's got long arms, and I think if you did a montage of every single maul that Stanojevic was lined up in, you would see that Setafano on an inside ball. He will run through the first one. Finally brought down by Kami Kamitha, but long legs have gone. Now Plummer will look to roll around the outside. Offloads inside to Abelli. Abelli will look for some space. Offloads over the top to Pitter. Pitter will make his way. That's the 5 metre line. Fights for yards. Gets some more. Counter ruck comes from Kami Kamitha and Stanojevic. Neither of them came from anywhere near the back of it.
Mate.
Then it will go out again to Abelli. He'll lose his footing. That ball's out as well. Picked up by Cook. Now they will try and burrow their way through again. Numbers out to the right-hand side if they want them. But again they will go to the left. Groves. Another one. Black will go. Backs to the wall time for Souths. Collier now will send it to Plummer. Makes life difficult for him. Steps back inside of Asoa. Steps back inside of Newton. Then is met by a couple, but gets it down. Plummer decides he's going to have to put the team on his shoulders and take it.
Great try, well done. Good, nice patience here. I mean, Brighton could have gone anywhere on that side of things. They had their numbers to the right, controlled the ball nice and easy, and just some simple tackling. It's just tackling and defence. See, no inside defence from that ruck there on a terrible pass from the halfback, and then boom.
I have to be honest, when I saw that pass go that high, I thought Plummer was in trouble.
Oh, hello. I was about to call the ambulance.
Certainly your eyes lit up even from here. Again, unofficially on Burnside 18, Onka Paringa 3.
Okay.
You're right there.
Just have a look at that
How are we
Division
going to Port Adelaide and
And then have a
Elizabeth
look at
Division
that
1 game?
That one unofficially, Port 26, Elizabeth 17.
Ooh.
Again unofficially though.
Is that full time or still game on?
Still game on.
Still game on.
3:20 kick-off all around, apart from Elizabeth. So Plummer will look to add on the 2 points to his try.
Mate, it's still nice to hear all the lovely crowd is still here, still getting behind both teams. It's a fantastic day of rugby here down at AA/awesome Bailey Reserve.
It's awesome. Yeah, like,
Is it pass?
I've got a feeling that Plummer's heart would have been in his mouth at that point.
Mate.
We've both played a bit of 10, and I think if you get that from your from your scrum half.
Oh, hello. See you later, Ribs. Ken South's turning around. That's the key here.
Well, it's been a bit. I mean, they started out really strong, and then Brighton have come back, and then South's bit back, and little bit end to end as Groves will just run around the outside. 2 missed tackles. Coates will come back and get him. That's a nasty one for Newton.
Yeah, I saw that one. A little bit of hyperextension there. Hopefully those old knees are still working.
Kick it through, but there is a penalty. Don't know how bad that is for Newton. He's a big tough boy, so he's not going to let it show on his face. Just got caught right in the wrong spot.
Yeah, he did, absolutely. Boys just kind of fell into his knees. This is his planning to go for a bit of a poof, I reckon.
But again, that's 2 going high on Groves.
Just here, and then boom.
Not a nice one.
No, not a nice one at all.
Coates had just tackled him into it. But look, this is the first one. There's
Soft.
one from Will, one from Brodie. Coates does well, but it's that one there.
Yeah, look at that.
He's up and moving. Again, probably much like Mr. Groves, you'd have to drag him off.
No, absolutely. Again, another pommy there, mate. Another pommy there. Jeez, I didn't know you guys were that hard.
They are. What? Nearly collected one of the young fans down the front. That's what that groan from the crowd was. Fishwick. This has been interesting from Brighton. They've obviously decided that South's line-out can be a bit of a threat. They just go quick. Inside ball to Groves again. Cammy Kamitha will get him. Collier sends it out to Plummer. Miss pass to Bitter. Pitter will send it out to Butler. Made him tightrope down that line. Gives it back inside to Setafano. Setafano will get out the first one. Then to Pitter. Pitter is met by Isoa. Again out the tackle. Butler will take it on. Nice little counter ruck from Brodie. Sorry, Porter. Brodie's his first name. Collier to Fishwick. Fishwick will just stand back. Another offside advantage. That one will go over the top to Butler. Butler with a lot of work to do. It's matched strongly by Zeervogel. Was pilfered, but there was offside.
Yeah, unlucky.
That's a couple of offsides.
It is, yeah, and I'll be surprised if I won't be surprised if the ref actually starts to give a team warning shortly and starts seeing some yellow cards. I hope not, but
I think he'd be a bit hard pressed for 2 offsides. They're not red zone. It's
there's been a few
not
down here, though.
consistent in red zone though.
No, true.
I wouldn't suggest that just being consistently offside deserves a yellow card.
Oh, it's happened this year.
Throw down, black ball.
So Scrum centre field, dangerous position for everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting really, really wet in this corner too, in the right-hand side.
So will we see anything? Will we see him the same again? Will we see him actually roll off and get the ball? Has Wasley got anything?
Yes.
What has Wasley got in his green playbook? Just a boring old pass to the fly-off. Out to Obele. Obele will put it on the foot. Coates does well. Coates does very, very well in these conditions. Then he's hit hard. Not sure how many arms were in that one from Mr. Groves, but Coates is a big, strong South African. He doesn't really care. Isel will put it on the foot. Plummer had positioned himself properly. Then we'll send it into the midfield to Setafano. Setafano will look to straighten and take on Isoa. He will break through the first 2 tackles. Now they will go again. Collier to Cook. Another offside. Collier. Send it out. Ryan Murphy will deal with it. Then Fishwick will find it and send it out to Butler. Butler will shake out of the first one. Keeper will go and get him. Porter very nearly got hands on. Collier again to France. Offloads to Cook. Collier. Fanaho. Plummer. Inside ball to Obele. Obele will make the first one miss. Then he will just loop it over the top to Pitter. Inside ball to Joe. Joe throws a dummy to nobody. And is enveloped by Coates and loses it.
Going back for the offside advantage.
Next one goes. Offside.
It's getting
Another
close, mate.
offside.
It's getting close.
That was keeper offside that time.
Down, black ball, skipper, next offside goes.
Next offside goes.
There you go.
Well, if that doesn't make you all take a step back from the ruck, nothing will.
Mate, absolutely. I mean, look, South have just got to stay composed, stay strong, stay as a unit, and then be able to come off the line together. At the moment, you know, they're scrambling as best as they possibly can, but they've got too many one-offs, and there's one-offs are creating too many holes and or pretending there's offsides.
So scrum midfield, they've taken the scrum. They took the scrum from the penalty. That's what they've done.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Mate,
Okay.
beautiful weather for it.
See whether they've got anything. Groves will pick up. Groves will go. Gets rid of the first one. Runs to the second one. Gets towards the line. Finally brought down by Klopp. Another little pick and drive. Held up. Good defence.
Well done.
Held up over the line. You heard Dave Gunnington's just saying, leave him alone.
Yes, yes. A little bit of a shout out there to old Sandman. He used to be our South player here at the beginning of the season. He's gone all the way over to over at the State. Gives us a bit of a shout out on Facebook there. Good on you, Sandman.
So there's a scrum 5 metres out, the whole of Bailey Reserve to play with for Brighton. Ball at the back, South put a little bit of pressure on. Away goes Groves, met by Isoa. And we are back. Just something about a plug, isn't it? You have to pull it out. That's its job.
It's amazing.
And we're back. There's something about an unattended plug, isn't there? And children.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not the first time it's happened to us. I think it happened to us at Old Coles as well, and a child decided to pull the plug out on us.
1 + 1 = no power.
Apologies for that, but we are back. We did miss a try, so the score is Souths 14, Brighton 26 on the Wojtek scoreboard. Whoa, big swinging arm from Slojovic. It's okay, Save nearly had another one.
Holding
on.
So Dave, I'll ask you this question. In this situation, in this weather, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you were coaching, would you be talking about, would you be encouraging a pilfer, or would you be encouraging a clean out? What kind of defensive structure would you want to put in place based on, you've had about 3 quick tries on you, you're missing tackles, that kind of stuff. What kind of thing would you say?
I think, to be honest, I think what my first point would be, we have to make the tackles.
Yeah.
That's got to be the first one. What then happens after that? I mean, I'm a great believer that, if you've got somebody who can jackal, then you allow them to jackal.
Yep.
Because jackling and pilfering, as you call it, it's not easy.
Nope.
There's a lot of skill involved in it, and knowing when you can do it and when you can't do it. And the best ones in the world are very, very, very good at it.
Yeah.
It's a tough call.
Yeah.
But for me, defence is more important. If you're more likely to get a penalty against you trying to jackal than you are defending.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I just want to reduce the number of penalties.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I would.
Absolutely. And today, I mean, Souths are losing from a defensive point of view as well as penalties and discipline as well.
So Groves will pick up from the back, and he will look around the corner. Then they will pick and drive again. This is where South's defence has been okay.
Yeah.
Another little pick and drive, but they can't get lazy. Another one, Fishwick out onto that right-hand side. Going to go again, this time with France will borrow through, and France will go over.
Again, nice control from Burnside all the way through. It's just like, so almost like they're taking the sting out of South at the moment, aren't they? Taking the ball out, taking the horns off the ball.
They hold the horns off the ball, I like it.
Did you like that one?
I did.
I'm going to patent that one.
They are just that start that South's had, and I worried a little bit, but we are, as we go further into this game, Brighton are starting to just show why they are perennial top 4.
Yeah.
A perennial top 4 team. They're also showing why they've been as dominant in South Australian rugby as they had.
Yep.
And one thing I will say, it's not the dominance hasn't been because of the imports.
No, it has. I mean, Brighton have been steadily building throughout this whole competition, right up to the finals here. And I mean, look, let's call it what it is. I mean, Brighton have played well within the laws of the game, you know, in regards to players and dispensations and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, no one can begrudge them for being fantastic.
Yeah, and they have played very well, and I think it is important to note as well that most of the stuff today has come through those stalwarts of Cook and Groves. Well, Groves not really a stalwart, but he's been here all year. And, you know, Tatala is doing his work as well.
Yeah,
not seen them as dominant through the Fijians as they have been.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
restart by Save. Black will catch it, gets man at the same time. Does very, very well. Collier at the back. Counter ruck comes.
Fantastic.
Counter ruck is good. Then it will go. South now have possession just outside the 22. Stanojevic just has to hold and wait for his support. Support comes. Wiggett again into Zeervogel. Zeervogel will just run hard and fast and straight. Wiggett again at the back. Sends it out to Will. Will step inside. Make the first one miss. Good clean out comes. Think Brighton have got it.
Yeah, turn over.
Going forward? No, going forward.
Going forward, so Souths will get the scrum.
Nice to see a little bit of a change there with Souths. Basically put a little bit of pressure on them, carrying the ball, holding the ball this time around, which is fantastic. But again, great defence by Brighton. One-off tackle still making them.
I had a coach when I played rugby league in university, it was, and the start of every game we would hold up the ball, and he said, this is the most important thing in this game. He said, if we keep hold of this at all times and we never turn it over, even if we played the best team in the world, the worst we can do is draw.
Yep.
And I that possession kind of game is important. You have to build it. And we talk about bending and not breaking a lot. The longer you have possession of that ball, the harder and harder it gets to defend.
Absolutely.
Kami Kamitha will pick. Met by Groves, who seems to have shaken off that injury.
Yep.
Isoa showed outside, then takes on Plummer, gets away from Plummer, but is met by a couple. We have a guest in the commentary box again. You always seem to bring a guest with you.
Yeah, I know. I just attract them.
Outside, looking for his hat trick. Can't get away from Plummer. Gets very, very close.
Very close. Here comes the composure. Here we go. Can they control the ball? Maintain it?
We'll send it to keeper. Out to Isoa. Big miss pass to Zeervogel. Zeervogel runs back. Zeervogel a little bit isolated, but his support gets there just in time. Wiggett to Isoa. Will miss out to Save. Save will show. Save will offload to Kota. Kota still there. Big loud blast of the whistle. Where are we going back to?
Oh, penalty advantage right at the front there.
Everyone's asking for it. Just needed a little bit more composure on the outside, and they would have been in.
Nice injection there from Save, coming in the back line there. Lovely read by Zoa, his brother.
Keeper will tap. Sends it into midfield to Stanojevic. Didn't want the Barnes Wallace, but got it. He's met by Setafano. Setafano's pretty slow to get out of there, and the penalty goes very, very quickly. Wiggett then will go. We'll send it to Klopp. Klopp will step. Met by Plummer. Wiggett will ask for it again. Little bit of a counter ruck from Abele. Pick and drive from Souths round the corner. Souths just playing as to use the ball puns again, just bull-nosed at the moment. Kami Kamitha will run through Cook, then just send it away. Groves has to run around Cook, but will make his way out. Wiggett will make the tackle. Talk about that patience. Kami Kamitha just needed to recycle that.
Mate, just a silly decision there. We're so close to the line.
Didn't need to come out. We'll see it here.
No.
This is the one I saw it just missing out to Save. Showed inside, and if that pass had gone to hands, that's try time.
Here comes the build up from that last one there prior to the penalty there.
I think this is the one. Kami Kamitha. Just recycle. Your support's there.
Mate, 5 metres from the try line there, just throw it up to the opposition.
Patience, you said it. Souths almost need to rattle Brighton.
They do.
And they are at times. Kami Kamitha. Isoa to Save. Save will send it out to Bully Rua. Rua slipped into that one. But it is going to be a high tackle. He slipped, but it's high. It's
Yeah, see, now that's a hard one, isn't it?
There's no leeway.
Yeah, there's got to be leeway though. I mean, if a player's falling down and your arms are down below your hips or your chest, you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
I don't know. I mean, it is a tough one. That one is a tough one. So Save again very nearly got out and just gave Kurtz a too hard. Oh, you could almost question whether.
I saw that foot on the line there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, also Pillars just jumped on top of him.
Well, Souths have another bite of the cherry.
But as I was saying before, they just messed up Brighton's line out and started. They've just got to get under the skin of Brighton.
Yeah, they do. Well, look, the back line is actually looking quite threatening. Do you know what I mean? It's that last pass at the end there, which is just not quite making it gel.
There's 6 plus a half back, so drop 1.
Oh, there you go. You got the referee actually giving the Brighton players a
little bit of
coaching. And then he comes back in the line again.
Kami Kamitha will throw it in. Porter has it nicked away. It's been scrappy at times, the set piece for both of these teams. Collie has had enough. Wants to go to half time.
Well done.
So, half time. Brighton 31, South 14 on the Wojtek scoreboard. This is that. I mean, he is in touch, but at that point, there's very little. And I think Pitter does walk a tightrope with his tackle technique at times.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know whether Mr. Kurtzer was held. I don't think he was. And then you can't just jump on people.
No, you can't.
But then again,
I'll be interested to hear what Vic has to say there in the huddle there with Souths.
To be honest, we will talk about that in the halftime show. We will just step away for a little bit and we'll be right back with you.
So combine all of those three things: functionality, great customer service and saving money. It's been an absolute pleasure dealing with Declan and his team at Wojtek.
So, half-time here at Bailey Reserve. I'm going to have to look over my shoulder for the score. 31-14 it is on the Wojtek scoreboard. Tries to Souths, both to Save.
Yes, absolutely.
And Arno Zeervogel 100% as per usual. That man is metronomic at times with his kicking. He's been really, really good with that.
He is. Actually, I'm quite surprised actually how he's able to swing that leg past the stomach sometimes. But he does well done, Arno.
That was from Tyrone. That was definitely not me. Tries for Brighton. Jacob France getting one. Joel Plummer getting one. Joe and Tremaine Butler getting one, and one we missed during our little blackout, which is there. And I'm not sure how many conversions Plummer has got. Looking at it, you wouldn't say this is third versus fifth.
No, you wouldn't. And I mean, taking into consideration the weather as well in that regards. There, I mean, look, it's still been it's been a good tussle. I mean, it's been a couple of, it's been a handful of missed tackles here throughout the game that have basically led to some easy tries there. But look, both teams are competitive in line-out. Both teams are competitive in the scrums as well. So it's a really good game at this point in time. And it just means we just need South to just to tighten up a little bit more and give us a bit more of a competition around that contact. Because these particular games here, they need to be physical because of the weather, the slippery conditions.
I think one of the things as well, and we talked about it, and we've talked about it on air and off in our little mini break as well, tackles for Souths, vitally important.
Very, very important. I mean, we saw in the first 5 minutes of the game, when a strong tackle is absolutely when it's made, the ball just falls out nice and easily. So we know how when you can be physical, you can actually turn it around. However, basically, when you're actually, missing off tackles, it makes it even worse and it compounds it.
We'll be back for the second half of this one. It's only going to get better. Brighton need Burnside to do them a favour. We think they are. We will give you all of that in the second half. So welcome back to the second half as we see Setafano on the screen. We're about ready to go. Just see the Brighton players just shielding their eyes from the sun. The sun does come across into that bottom corner.
Nice to see the sun out on this day.
Yes, it is. We've set up under the grandstand expecting the rain and it's held off, so we apologise for the floodlight pole.
Here we go, South straight on the attack straight away. Let's see if they can hold the ball.
Well, we talked about it. Actually, someone asked me the question, do we think that Brighton will run away with this, or do you think South will be able to claw it back? And I was just saying to you just before we came back to air that if I was Vic, I'd be saying just make this as scrappy as possible. We want this to be scrappy. We don't want Brighton to play the rugby that they normally play. We want them playing sort of ugly, back to the wall rugby. Keeper will put it on the floor and France has to deal with it, and that's ugly rugby, but Joe will do enough and get it back, and Joe will go underneath the posts.
Well done. Good little play from Joe there.
I don't think he planned it, but my word, he just had a little look up to the heavens. One would suggest that there was a third party involved in that.
Yeah, it was. I think he kicked into one of the South players, bounced up, but look, lovely bounce, pick up an acceleration.
Just see where because this is what I was talking about. This is what they want. They want scrappy rugby, but the charge down and it just bounced up nicely for him. Over he goes. So his second try of the game, maybe even his third. Could be his third. Well, that's the start of, maybe Brighton running away.
Yeah, absolutely. Potentially is there. But look, the Souths again in that first 2 minutes. Obviously it looked like they were threatening there, but they gave the ball away. In this kind of weather here, you can't give the ball away. You mentioned it in the first half. The pill is gospel. You've got to hold on to it.
Unofficial scores from the other end of South Road. Burnside 27, Onkaparinga 27.
Wow.
So we hadn't factored in a draw.
No,
I'll
no.
have to get my pad out again.
Mate, start calculating those numbers.
So is it 2 points for a draw?
Sorry?
2 points for a draw or 1 point
Yeah,
for a
two,
draw?
no, 2 points for a draw. 2 points each, and then obviously bonus points. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? If you both got 4 points, depends on tries.
I think they need a win. I don't think a draw would put them into the final 4 points up.
Who's that? Burnside.
If they draw, if Onkaparinga draw, that would put Onkaparinga in second place and 4 points up, which would mean that Brighton, so we just watched that again, that's unlucky. How many charge downs
Yeah.
do you see bounce straight back up?
Especially on a soggy ground like this.
That would put Onkas on 54 if they were to draw, and a 5 point win would put Brighton on 50 going into the last round, which would mean that Brighton would have to bonus point win and not let Onkas get a bonus point. Or even if Onkas got a bonus point loss, it would then go to points difference.
Yes.
My word.
Great competition.
But I don't think it's going to end a draw.
No, I can't.
Plummer to a ballet. A ballet will just run through 2 and 3. 4 has a go, can't do it. Runs around the outside of 5. Can't get 5 either. 6 will miss him. Finally, I think it was his own feet more than anything else got him. Collier
Oh, knock on there from Travis, I thought.
will send it into Pitter, and Pitter will beat the first one. Isoa does make a tackle. Arm comes out because he's not moved.
10, not rolling.
Oh,
He was keen, he was ready.
Piller's not happy. He wanted the ball.
But again, what Brighton are known for, discipline, structure, playing the game out, making right decisions.
If it went to points difference, by the way, Onkaparinga would win it
That's you.
by a fair way.
Oh, they would.
Yeah. So interesting all around. So Brighton can only do what they do. They have got a bonus point win. They've got the 5 points. Well, they got the bonus point for the
At
4
moment,
tries. Have
yep,
they won?
That's exactly right. Yep, they do.
At the moment, as things stand, if you leave it as if we stopped as we were. Pick up at the back. Rolls towards the try line. Try scores. Fanaho, I think, is going to come up with it. No.
Yeah, no, not Fanaho there, claims that try.
Was it Fanaho who got that one?
Yep. Here we go, Travis here peeling off. No roll this time though.
No, and he's allowed to do that, and he did take the back row, so it's the same sort of thing that we saw. Unofficially from Riverside Oval, Port Adelaide 33, Elizabeth 29.
Oh, what a great scream. What a great game. Time or still going?
Still going. It
Still
just says
going.
in progress, so no idea of time. That's from the Rugby AU app. If you want to keep up to date with all the scores that are going around, grab that app. It's great. Now, what I will say as well is how we know that those scores are correct. The volunteers for the clubs put them in during the game.
They're true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the managers of most clubs and most teams are doing a fantastic job this season using that Rugby AU app.
So
Here
if
we
ever
go.
you think, yeah, see, Kami Kamitha didn't go, but he just couldn't stop him, and a bit high.
Absolutely. It was almost like Brody shot off out too far, giving
Yeah.
the inside, which obviously in this type of game here, I generally I'll be defending from the inside out, not from the outside in. All right, let's see what South's attitude is going to be like on this kickoff.
Well, that was interesting. They looked a little deflated underneath the post there.
Yeah.
And Brighton are starting to get the tails up. Off we go again. Pitter will get his hands on the ball. Sends it to Setafano. Setafano steps inside one. Kami Kamitha will come and get him. Very nearly stolen by Save. So Kami Kamitha just is a little bit of a nuisance. Jack Cook will try and run around Stanojevic. Can't do it. Better initially. France versus Zeervogel. France will almost get away. Collier to Fishwick, to Cook, to Satala. Satala will hand off the first one. Now he will get going. What can he do? Puts it on the boot. How's the bounce? The bounce is there! Satala goes over. Satala will score.
Yeah, no, I've got the
I think
referee.
there's going to be a question about whether Satala pushed him away.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly
And
what
it
I'm
is
going to do.
exactly what's happened. So they're going to come back for the penalty.
It wasn't a big push.
It wasn't a big one, but it was enough.
It was enough in this weather to make it look bigger.
And tellingly, Satala didn't argue. And we know that he likes to chat with the referee.
Yeah.
It's just that little nudge in the back.
Just enough on that slippery 1-2.
Just enough. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
No, right up on our grandstand here, all courtesy of AA Bailey Reserve.
What's the grandstand called? We're not in front of it. I can't remember what it's called.
The Ken Grayling stand, which is a gentleman that has obviously been involved in the Mitcham Council within the community within Clarence Gardens. So the council named after him.
So 45-14 on the Wojtek scoreboard.
I would have
Or
called
50 to 14. Where, right? The scoreboard, the other scoreboard's wrong. 50 points to 14. Nice work from Survey. Then he will get it out the back. Has gone forward though.
That looked to go back to me on that.
It's a tough one.
I could be wrong. Not often.
Oh, we see this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just enough.
Not much, isn't it?
Not much. You think if he leaned on him with his shoulder. I think the thing is as well, as I was about to say, is Nathan Satala doesn't mind a conversation with the referee. So I think if Mr. Satala thought he was hard done by, I think he probably would have had more of a chat.
Absolutely. I reckon he would have come up here and actually grabbed that microphone and told everyone else too.
Probably. But he just put his head down and went back.
Yeah, Travis going to roll off. No, Symbol feed.
Out to Pitter. Pitter will send it back inside to Setafano. Setafano will run through a couple of tackles. Finally brought down, but too far. Nice work from keeper. Manages to get it out. Turned over. Stanojevic will take on Fanaho. Bit upright. Can he fight his way to the floor? Knees are down.
Oh, it looks like referee's called a maul.
Well, it was a maul. It was quite clearly a maul. It's got to come now then. Wiggett's got to go digging. Go get it, son.
Here it comes. Oh, no.
Just too long. Body angles from Stanojevic. Ken Grayling supported referees and scholarship money left in his will.
So what was that?
He left scholarship money in his will, Ken Grayling.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because obviously on days like this when the weather's blistering in, the rain's coming in, you know, pretty much most of the crowd actually coming. And so are we.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Scrum down over on that far side. Out to Plummer. Sends it to Abele. Abele will show, then try and work his way around. Save and Johns get him. Pitter will pick it up. Looked left, then decided to go right. Save will get him as well. Then Wiggett will put it on the foot. Now it's a foot race. Wiggett kicks ahead again, and unfortunately Cook had read that. South with Johns looked to try and turn it over. Didn't quite manage it. Then it will come out to Abele. Abele will step inside. Bully Rua runs away from the first one and gets through the second one. Now will offload off the floor. Keeper look for it. Collier dragged it back in. Groves sends it one out to Black. Black will step back inside. Gone forward out the back of that as well. Jeez, it's helter-skelter stuff.
Mate, Brighton are actually playing like this touch at the moment in this weather. Oh, look, we've got a player down here.
Number 19.
Number 19, Dylan Skinner, is it?
Oh, did it say he's only just come on, hasn't he? I didn't see that.
Oh, no.
Is that just a head knock?
No, it's not Dylan. Oh, looks like a leg. Some clutch in his leg at the moment. Is that Tristan? I believe that is Tristan Kosher.
It might be Kotzer. I think Kotzer has been wearing the 19 all day. It's a wonderful finish for no points from Joe.
Very nice finish.
One for the cameras. So impressive coat too. He just needs, I think he wants a little bit more time and space today.
Yeah, I agree. Mate, he's the type of runner that doesn't use a handbrake, does he? He just goes and goes.
Scrum it down, green ball, knock on.
There you go, green ball. What are they going to do? Are they going to hold the ball? Or are they going to go for territory?
I think when you're 50 points to 14 down, you just got to go.
Just go.
Yeah. Somebody just sent me a message and it said 50 points to 14, but it's still a thrilling game. And it is.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, they've been soft tries, but I mean, in the midst of it, it's been good contact.
That one's scrappy. Knocked on at the back, so Brighton will win that scrum. Oh, Mr. Keeper just giving a little bit of a facial to one down there. So it's a lovely finish from Joe. There's a little smile to himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Brighton scrum. Collier will put the ball into the scrum. Vanaho's been impressive in the days that I've seen him play number 8, former halfback.
Yeah, former halfback. Last year played out in the centres for Brighton.
Collier will go out to the right-hand side and is folded in half by the South defender. Again, scrappy. That's what Souths want to do.
But what they need to do, they need to play it at the other end of the field.
It's all well from here. Apologies for any languages coming through from any of the players on there. We can't control that. It's a big man's game. Apologies from any language that comes from the stands.
Absolutely. We're an energetic bunch here at Souths. Although I think it says Brighton people actually.
That was a Brighton. Yeah, it was Brighton on the field.
Yeah, it is.
Kamitha will pick it up. Collier wrestles into the ground with the help of Groves. Is coming back though. Wonder whether they just want to relieve the pressure at some point and turn this Brighton lot around. Setafano is set back very, very deep in his own half. Another pickup and it looks like they might have turned it over. No, it's still on the ground. Still scrappy. Wicket doing everything he can to get it. We'll send it back to Isoa and they will just clear it. Oh, out towards Joe and nearly decapitated himself. Unofficially, Burnside 27, Onka Paringa 32.
Oh, there we go.
5 points of the difference.
There we go.
Down at Wilfred Taylor Reserve.
A little bit stop-start at the moment. You know, on Tristan there getting some service on the leg. I think it's a little bit of a graze there. Again, just a bit more ball for South. So they get a bit more ball, make a bit more competition there. You know, we really pick this game up.
Unofficially from Riverside Oval, Port Adelaide 40, Elizabeth 29.
All right, there we go.
So it looks like Port Adelaide will be crowned minor premiers today.
Premiers, yeah. Now that's obviously your club there, Dave.
One of my few. Brighton off the top. Collier into Fanaho. Fanaho will just straighten. Collier has to go and dig for it. Then he will send it to the right to Cook. Then it will go out.
Knock on there.
Knock on out there on that right hand side.
Brighton again got some really nice shape at the moment. You know, they've got some really nice numbers on either sides of the ruck attacking there. Just a little bit of the conditions here.
So Wiggett will put the ball in the scrum. Kamitha will pick again. Sends it to Wiggett. Wiggett will send a miss pass. Heart in mouth stuff a little bit, but Johns does well. Comes back inside. And Klopp will look and just looks for the safety of his forwards. Kamitha will go again. Isoa looks for position more than anything else. Save rose high, right over the top of Collier. I think he's okay, hopefully. I think he came down okay. Zeervogel will run back on the angle. Rolls out of the tackle. Newton, his mate, comes and helps him out. Another kick. That one will turn Setafano around. How good's the chase? Setafano has time. Will send it all the way over to Abele, but it misses Abele. Then it will go out to Pitter. Pitter with his long rangy stride will look to come back inside. Offload to Abele. Abele will make the first one miss, but Save, obviously showing no ill effects, will take the second one. Cook to Groves. Groves will run through the first one and the second one and the third one. Crosses over halfway. Then they will make their way halfway. Now there is space on the outside. Plummer sends it out to Setafano. Setafano will look to ship it on to Satala. Satala will go inside and out. And he will hand off and Satala will go over.
Well done. Look at that. What is that, an 80-metre try?
Brighton, just like that, managed to sort it out. And keeper and Satala just discussing the finer points of try scoring.
Please use your arms up.
I don't think Satala did anything wrong. Inside and outside, and just turned Coates around and then couldn't finish. Yeah, I don't know why Dane Keeper's angry.
No, I agree.
I mean, he had a first shot at him.
Absolutely.
I think that's okay.
I haven't seen that, mate, sorry.
I think he has every right to try and make the tackle, Keeper. I genuinely don't know what he's angry about.
Yeah,
though.
I agree.
Well, I don't think Satala was angry. I think they were just both angry for no reason.
Absolutely, just talking to each other. How you doing, mate? We'll go for a beer later? Yeah, let's do it. Or a Gatorade.
Yeah.
Responsible drinking.
Athletes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Athletes. So we think this will make it 52 points to 14 on the Wojtek scoreboard. If he kicks it, if not, we will stay at 50 points to 14. And it will stay as it is. He's just pulled it across the front.
Starting to blow out a little bit now, Dave, eh?
It is a little bit. Oh, there's a contact, but very well done, Mr. Coates. Then he will offload to Klopf. Klopf will go. Then it's coming back. Kami Kamitha will send it to Isoa. Isoa will pull it on the back to Keeper. Keeper gets met. Then it will go again. Little pick and drive. Change at halfback. Isoa will show. Look for a gap. Met by Fanaho. Again, they will look to the left. Stanojevic has to pick it up off his bootlaces. Again, he gets held up.
Mate, knees to the ground though. Ref hasn't called release.
Yeah.
Oh, what has he done? Offside. Is the call.
I don't think, and I don't like the fact that Stanojevic relies on that a lot. I'd like to see his body shape better.
Yeah.
This is commitment from Coates.
Oh, mate, fantastic.
This is what we want to see.
Mate, never took his eyes off the ball all the way through. Didn't care what was in front of him.
Scrum down midfield. Let's see whether Souths have got anything in their playbook.
Absolutely, let's go.
Do they have anything in the playbook?
Mate, I'm sure they do actually. I'm sure they do. Lovely roll, more, little bit of a roll, little bit of a break dance.
Kami Kamitha will just pick and send it to Keeper.
Here we go.
Keeper will go. Keeper will give. Then it will go out to Coates, and Coates will go over on that far side.
Well done.
Souths will get their third try of the day.
Nice and simple, eh? Control the ball,
Yeah.
catch pass.
As Mr. Zeervogel will wander over there. unofficially from Wilfred Taylor Reserve. Onkaparinga 34, Burnside 32.
Oh my goodness.
Good finish by Kotza.
Very good finish. Nice control of the ball, up in the air. Here we go here.
Sometimes it shows that the simple stuff off the back of the scrum works. Nice draw and pass from keeper. Bread and butter for rugby league players though. He has a very strong rugby league background.
He does indeed, yep. He's a league man, loves the league, but he's played for South for a couple of seasons in between league there, and he's really enjoyed himself this season.
I like the fact that he picked that ball up quickly and went to take the quick conversion.
Yes.
Comeback is on.
Mate, this would be an awesome comeback, wouldn't it?
Certainly
Called,
would.
we called it right here, ladies and
You're
gentlemen.
calling it now.
We're calling it.
With
Comeback.
18 minutes to go.
18 minutes to go. Score's going to be 50-51 to Souths.
We've just got to work out this score. We think the scoreboard. We think it's 50 points to 19 as we stand. I think the blackout may have caused us some issues as Zia Vogel misses the first kick. I think we've seen that's his first miss on a live stream.
It is, absolutely, it is. And he'll be gutted. I bet you his wife was going to get at him later on. What? You must have kicked on the live stream.
No, you're sleeping on the couch.
My goodness. She's looking after the kids tonight and tomorrow morning.
Excellent commitment from both of those players there, and Kotza just kept going. Nice little offload as well. Setafano will restart. Right on the 10, on the head of Stanodjevic. It will come back Brighton's way. Fanahau will pick it up, run for the first tackle. How many times have I said that today?
Yes. Oh, Brody will release the ball now.
They're just enough. Cook will send it on. Chad Bowker has made his way into the fray. Collier. Out to Plummer. Will go into midfield, into Williamson. Also made his way onto it. Penalty.
Lost your feet, hands down. Lost your feet first, hands down.
I don't think anyone's had their feet on this way, on this pitch, to be honest.
No.
Back on your touches.
He's banging midfield, and he said he wanted to go to the far side, and Fishwick said, no, go to my side. Fishwick in his long sleeve skins again. Talking to him before, he remembered them today, so his pre-match ritual wasn't upset by the fact that he didn't have one.
The mark is inside if you win it.
Mark is inside if they win it, so Souths can clear from here if they want to. But I don't think they do. I think Dane Keeper wants to go.
Oh, mate, absolutely. I mean, but Souths have always been the same. I mean, when they're down, they never stop trying. You know what I mean? They always kick in. They want to pick up the pace. They want to run the ball. It makes it for entertaining rugby.
Fishwick goes to 2, and it will pop to Fishwick. Stanodjevic will come through, try and hold Fishwick up. Very nearly managed it. Collier will send it into midfield. Satala standing out in the backs, like all good forwards. Knocked down at the back.
Yeah.
We'll bring it across here if we can. It's marginally better.
It's marginally better. That's about as good as it gets today. It'll be okay. I think you're away, aren't you? This is your last home game.
It is. It is our last home game. So we've got 2 weeks break before we actually come back here for the game. So hopefully the field's had enough time to recover.
Because first week of finals is here.
No, first week is at Elizabeth. Second week is at Souths.
So we are a good couple of weeks from it being back.
3 weeks, sorry.
And then after the grand final, we are back here again.
We are back here for the Black Falcons.
I don't know whether we are.
Yeah,
anyway, out to Isoa. Isoa will put it to boot. Wobbly old kick towards Butler. Butler does well, picks it up on one bounce, sends it into Setafano. Setafano decides he wants to come back. Sarve had him and then let him go. Finally, they managed to wrestle him to ground. Klopp will do the job. Collier out to Plummer. Will miss out Boca to Pitta. Kami Kamitha will come across and Buller will finish it off. Bully ruin. Worked really hard to get him down. Didn't let him get past his gain line. Scrappy again. Collier will pick and go. Big swinging arm from Klopp. Have South turned it over? They have. Can South counter-attack? Little bit of afters, but the game is still going on. Oh, Stanojevic certainly has got his blood up at the moment. Then it will go out to Save. Then it's slipped over from Fanahau. Just about got him. So there's a rock. Put his hands in the rock. I do love the South's urgency.
Yeah, absolutely.
50 points to 19 now.
Mate, and they're still playing like it's 10-10.
Like it's 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
Great clean outs from South. Yeah, obviously, it's great to see some energy there.
I think Stanojevic did not take too kindly to something
No, correct.
and hit the next 3 rocks. Like,
see you later.
but what I will say, and you know, the score has blown out, but what I will say is that Brighton have shown a lot of respect to the South's lineup, because every single lineup Brighton has done has been quick. It hasn't allowed South to get set.
Yes, absolutely.
Kami Kamitha will look long to the back to Porter. Porter will manage to go into midfield. Zeervogel again with that familiar line, just as it's
Fanahau.
stolen by Fanahau. What can Brighton do? 3/4 of the pitch to go. Plummer will send it out. Good defensive line speed.
Nice quick recycle from Burnside. South still up on their toes there, but just a little bit indecisive with the contact.
And Pitter will run away from a couple of tackles. Now he's looking for support. Has support inside. One of them is Setafano. Setafano will give it to Joe. Joe will just have to put the foot down, put the afterburners on. Good tackle from Coates. Good offload to Setafano, and Setafano will score.
Well done. Great hands, great control.
I think of the 3 games that we've seen Setafano play, I haven't seen his facial expression change. I don't know whether he's happy or not to be here. It's like the Terminator.
Mate, just cruising on through. Little Joe, great little vision, great pop. And
Well, it's not
beautiful
an
hands.
easy pop either.
No.
Just threw it at the ankles of Setafano. Good inside ball, and then Setafano, silky is the word I would use
Silky.
for how he runs.
Yeah, maybe their face is more like concrete though.
It certainly is. Just set. He is, I think out of the 3 of them, Joe, Setafano and Abale, I think, the one I've been most impressed with, and the one I think has a heap more to come, is Setafano.
Yeah. No, he just does the simple things right. Does a strong carry, pass it through, offload, does his job.
So 60 points to 19. I have no idea where we are actually now with this score. What are we, 55-19? Did we miss the conversion? Can't imagine we missed that conversion. 57 points to 19. Now they're looking on the outside again. Satala will take it. Satala will put it on the boot. I saw managed to take Satala out and Butler out at the same time. Now Keeper will put it on the boot. Plummer will run and manage to gather. Keeper has him now. Cook will come back inside. Cook will roll through the first tackle. Arm is out for a penalty. Collier will just throw it into the midfield. Offside, penalty.
Yeah.
Butler wants to go. Butler is allowed to go. Keeper will get him. Keeper did very, very well. The only South player that was alive. Now we'll go out to Pitter. Pitter couldn't see it. Showed inside, then runs around the outside.
South's all offside at the moment.
They will go again.
Nice tackle by
Collier
Hicker
will
there.
have to dig for it, then he will give it out to Cook. Cook will take on Keeper and sit Keeper down. Cook will roll over the top. Bobbles around a little bit, but will come back scrappily. For the right grin on his face, Mr. Gunning gives that penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. That was straightforward. Couldn't miss that one.
Unofficial match result from Wilfred Taylor Reserve. Anka Paringa 34, Brighton side 32.
Burnside.
Unofficially, we are set. Unofficially, Burnside, minor premiers. Second place, Onkaparinga. Third place, Brighton. Fourth place, Old Coals. Unofficially, we are set. The top 4 is in. Stanojevic, I think, wanted to have a little bite out of Satala.
Yeah, I think Stevie knew he was doing something wrong. He was a little bit frustrated. Oh, Nathan would have given him a little cheeky smile.
Just renewing old acquaintances. Unofficially from Riverside Oval, Port Adelaide 40, Elizabeth 29. You can probably stick a fork in that one as well. Special comments from the youngest Tapaio?
Yes. Manaya Te Paiho. Yeah, she's only going to be 2 soon. Just come to join us with the commentary there. Hopefully to give South a little bit of a cheer on.
Why watch it on the pitch when you can watch it on the TV?
On Daddy's lap at the same time.
Yeah. You would say that this one is pretty much done as well?
Mate, you would absolutely.
Kami Kamitha will just lob it out the back and it will go all the way out the back.
Yeah, loose play there.
It's a little bit loose from Kami Kamitha.
Yeah, you've actually seen Willie there actually start to take a few balls off the back there, right? I wonder, is it the new halfback?
I think he would like to be. Maybe in his younger days.
Yes, absolutely.
He started out like a man with a purpose today. He was very, very impressive in the first 10, 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah. Okay, Brighton line all stacked up there. Blindside wing into the back line. What do you call it, Dave? Midfield? Call it midfield switch?
Then it will go out to inside ball. We've seen that before. It's normally Pitter that comes and takes that.
Yeah, nice read. Nice defensive read there from South.
Turnover. Keeper goes one way, then comes back the other, then tries to run through the middle. Finally gets there.
Didn't survive the hit.
Souths now will just look to get away as Iso will put the ball on his boot. Gathered in eventually. They've done it to me again. That's not Elborn. I just can't remember that man's name. Satala will step inside, then give it to Butler. Butler, can he finish?
Yeah.
Yes, he can. Good cover and tackle from Save, but Butler has shown that he can finish. And another finish from Butler down in that corner. Prolific finisher, Tremaine Butler. Got a decent look at it from there. Nice inside move. So you can't see from there.
No. See from the other side here.
Satala does very, very well just to stop. And we talked about how difficult it is. I think he's just got it.
Yeah, I'd say get it done first. I mean, I don't want to say that, but I think he did the right thing, yeah.
Yeah. Satala again just showed how difficult it is to move around in this surface. And what I would say is that he's probably got the best footing for a kicker right out here. Started off the day with a kick from the touchline. 5 minutes to go on the Wojtek scoreboard. 60 points to 19. Sets it on its way.
Looking good.
Oh, just didn't quite get there. See whether we can slow it down and see. Those are the try liners. Oh, it's close.
Mate, I'd call the TMO. Where's the TMO when we need him?
Butler wasn't overly convinced. I think we'll look at that at real slow motion at some point over the coming weeks. Pitter underneath it. That time he decides to jump. That's been a nice little competition between Coates and Pitter underneath those kickoffs. Bauker puts his head down, runs straight into Isoa. Collier out to Plummer. Plummer will send it one more, just looking for the gap. Save again with a good tackle, and Bully Rua with a great jackal. He's going to be dragged into touch though. Stanojevic is an angry boy at the moment. Luckily, there's not much of those.
No.
There's nothing to those orders.
No, it isn't. Oh, Brighton looking for. Oh, they'll set up quick there for a line out. So the ball wasn't quite there.
It's the slowest I've seen them do it today. They're making another change. Yeah, another one. I think this is this young French halfback, Hector Caron.
Wait. 6 down the field. Yeah, good point, all right.
Halfback having a laugh and a joke with the referee. That never happens, does it?
No, never. The halfbacks are very polite and quiet.
Oh, I don't know how straight that was. Difficult to see from here. Just a strong straight line, then an inside ball to Butler. Oh, Butler nearly lost his pants. Then Cook will send it out. Setefano just lost it, but went backwards. Setefano versus Save. Collier will send it to Fanaho. Fanaho will show, then go.
Great offload by Fanaho.
Now there is time and space. Satala winding back the years. Goes over. Another try to Satala.
Fantastic. Great little run by Fanaho there, right? Breaking through get into the contact in the arm free and offloading.
You might have seen Satala having a chat with somebody behind. Fanaho did very, very well. Lovely little offload from Fanaho, and then great support line from Satala. Bully Rua nearly got to him.
Very close.
If I have seen Satala having a conversation with someone at the back, it was Matt Romano Mane. Those two go back away.
They do indeed. I think they're actually cousins, I think.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm sure Matty would be saying, mate, you wouldn't have scored that try if I was on the field.
Probably. He might have said, that looks like the one I scored earlier in the year. Plummer will pull that one left. Just have another look. Again, runs through the first tackle. It's gone out. It's happened all day.
It has, and it's just those one-off little tackles, you know?
Yeah, a couple of extra minutes on that.
Wry smile from Romano Mane at the back there. Missing today because of an AC joint problem, apparently.
Give that through again.
You mean the husband of Emma Yates?
That's the one.
Oh, sorry, Leanne.
Yes.
Yes.
So Save will restart. They've decided to go to this side. I think there's been almost wholesale changes for both sides, well, at least for Brighton. But again, Bowker will manage to come across to the 10. Then he will send it out to the left-hand side. Steps in again. Now what can Butler do against Bully Rua? Bully Rua has done well. Cook will take on Stanojevic. Gets him at the second time of asking. Collier to Satala. Out to Plummer. Bowker showed. Then we'll go.
Accidental offside.
Accidental offside and a scrum to Souths.
Must be drawing close to the last play.
As we are getting close. I think I heard him say 3 minutes. I think at the last breakdown. So that's got pretty dark. I think we might be getting a little cloudburst shortly.
Away from your hand. Crouch. Stop. Sink. Bind. Set.
So Souths, can they get anything in the final stages of this game? Isoa will send it to keeper. Round and back to Isoa. Knocked on. Oh, that's Butler's just had a fly hack at that while Isoa's hands were there or thereabouts. Hopefully it's just a stinger. Bully Rua are a little slow to get up as well.
penalty.
Here we go. What have Brighton got here? Can South's main can they defend? Close the game out.
Well, they haven't been able to for most of it. I know you won't want me to hear me say that, but defensively they fell off a lot, especially in the backs. Plummer will send it back inside. Isoa has thrown himself at another one. Kami Kamitha has been okay defensively, but there's only one of him. Penalty. Survived the clean-up. Well done, young man. So we'll just look to knock them down and start from a sensible position. Has he got it? No.
No.
Butler has gone backwards. He will fire it into midfield. Then it will go to Setafano. Setafano will look to straighten. Keeper finally gets somebody first time of asking. Now Caron over on that far side. Collier will find Cook. Cook just threw it blindly. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Brighton win this one 65 points to 19, but it's not enough.
No, not enough today.
They will end up in third place. Onkaparinga will be in second place. So the finals are set. We have one more round to go. Next week we will be at Woodville, seeing Burnside take on Woodville in a dead rubber. Burnside are minor premiers.
Yes. Well
Onkaparinga are in second place. Brighton are in third place. Old Collegians are in fourth. Week one of the finals, which is at Elizabeth, will be Old Collegians taking on Brighton. Onkaparinga will take on Burnside in the double chance final. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your weekend. From me, Dave Webb, and Tyrone.
Peace out.
Thank you very much for joining us. We will speak to you again very shortly.
Thank you.